For years, fans believed Rick Dale and his crew would keep restoring forgotten American treasures forever. Week after week, viewers watched rusty gas pumps, broken soda machines, and classic motorcycles come back to life on American Restoration. Millions tuned in to see the transformations. But then, without warning, everything changed. Rick, his family, and the entire crew suddenly disappeared from the show.
No explanation. No prupe would be.
And fans were left asking one question. What really happened behind the scenes that caused everything to fall apart? Before television fame, Rick Dale was simply a skilled craftsman running a small restoration shop in Las Vegas. His road to success started through another massive History Channel hit, Pawn Stars. Back in 2009, the show exploded in popularity and created a nationwide obsession with antiques and collectibles. Whenever the pawn shop needed something restored, they called Rick Dale. The moment viewers saw him working, they became fascinated. People did not just want to see old items anymore. They wanted to watch the restoration process itself. But nobody expected that interest would soon turn Rick into one of television's biggest stars. History Channel executives quickly realized they had found something special. Rick had an incredible ability to turn damaged junk into beautiful museum-quality pieces. Even more important, he felt genuine. He was not chasing fame or trying to become a celebrity. He was a real craftsman who had been restoring things since childhood. His passion started when his father pulled an old bicycle from a dumpster and challenged him to repair it. That simple moment shaped his entire future. And soon, it would change his life forever. But here's where things started getting complicated. American Restoration premiered in 2010 and quickly became a huge success. The show followed life inside Rick's restoration shop alongside his wife Kelly, his son Tyler, his brother Ron, and crew members like Bretley and Cowboy. Fans loved the family atmosphere. The conversations felt natural. The jokes felt real. Even the stress and deadlines seemed authentic. Viewers became invested in the relationship between Rick and Tyler, as Rick hoped his son would one day take over the business. It felt less like a TV show and more like stepping inside a real family workshop. And that authenticity became the reason millions kept watching. At its peak, the show pulled in nearly 3 million viewers every week and aired in countries all over the world. Celebrities began bringing their prized collectibles into the shop. Billy Joel, Sammy Hagar, Jason Mraz, David Copperfield. Even NASCAR driver Greg Biffle appeared on the series. One episode reportedly drew more than 6 million viewers, becoming one of the highest-rated programs in History Channel history. Rick Dale had officially become a household name. But while the show looked successful on television, serious problems were already growing behind the cameras. And fans had no idea what was coming next. As the show became bigger, producers started changing the formula. According to people connected to the production, conversations were scripted, timelines were manipulated, and scenes were staged to create more drama. Customers were sometimes filmed multiple times to make situations feel more emotional or stressful than they actually were. Early seasons focused heavily on restoration work, but later episodes shifted toward arguments, family tension, and personal drama. Fans quickly noticed the difference. Many complained online that the show no longer felt authentic. But the strange moments did not stop there. One scene especially damaged the show's credibility. Rick's brother Ron appeared on Pawn Stars pretending not to know Rick personally while bringing in a Coca-Cola machine for restoration. Viewers already knew Ron worked at Rick's shop, so the entire setup felt fake. Then came another controversy involving a damaged golf ball slot machine. The original machine could not actually be repaired, so Rick reportedly bought a replacement from another company and used that instead. But the show presented it as if the original item had been restored. For many fans, that was the moment trust began to disappear. And behind the scenes, things were getting even worse. People close to the production later revealed how much control the producers really had. Rick was no longer simply restoring items for real customers. Producers selected the clients, controlled the prices, and managed the timelines. The show itself often paid for the restorations. In exchange, Rick and his crew earned far more money per episode than they normally would have made in the shop. But there was a cost. Rick slowly stopped feeling like a business owner and started feeling like an actor reading lines for television. And eventually, that pressure became impossible to ignore. The unrealistic deadlines became another major problem. Episodes constantly showed the crew racing to finish complicated restorations in incredibly short amounts of time. Professional restorers criticized the show heavily, saying quality work simply could not be rushed like that. Some experts even claimed the restorations damaged valuable antiques by replacing original parts and ignoring historical accuracy. According to critics, the show became more interested in flashy television moments than preserving history. Rick found himself trapped between craftsmanship and entertainment. And eventually, everything reached a breaking point. But what he did next shocked almost everyone. After 6 seasons, Rick Dale reportedly refused to sign a new contract for Season 7. He walked away from the show completely. Fame, security, huge paychecks. He left all of it behind. Most reality stars would never walk away from that kind of success, but Rick made a different choice. According to people close to the situation, he felt exhausted by the fake drama and constant pressure. The peaceful atmosphere of his workshop had reportedly turned into what he described as an overproduced sitcom. More than anything, Rick wanted his business back. He wanted real customers again. Real projects. Real restoration work. Not staged conflicts created for ratings. Fans were stunned when Rick uploaded an emotional video thanking viewers for supporting him throughout the years. Many noticed how exhausted and heartbroken he looked. At times, he seemed close to tears. It was clear this decision was deeply personal. He loved restoration work. He loved his fans. But he no longer wanted to live under the network's control. And once Rick left, the entire foundation of the show started collapsing almost immediately. History Channel made a bold decision after Rick's departure. Instead of trying to preserve the original format, the network completely reinvented the series for Season 7. The new version no longer focused on one shop or one family. Instead, it followed 5 different restoration businesses across the country. New crews. New garages. New personalities. Fans were confused and frustrated. For 6 seasons, viewers had connected with Rick, Tyler, Ron, Brettley, and Cowboy. Suddenly, they were all gone. And without them, the heart of the show disappeared overnight. The reboot created even more problems. Many fans complained that the series now focused too heavily on vehicles, making it feel similar to other restoration shows already on television. What made Rick's version special was the variety. One week viewers saw soda machines. The next week, gas pumps, slot machines, barber chairs, or strange pieces of American history. That uniqueness vanished in Season 7. The storytelling also felt messy because episodes constantly jumped between different shops and crews. Just as viewers started getting invested in one project, the show switched somewhere else. And audiences quickly lost interest. The ratings told the whole story. Without Rick Dale and his family, American Restoration became just another restoration series in an overcrowded TV market. The magic was gone. Even though the reboot still featured celebrity guests and expensive production, viewers simply did not care anymore. Only a few months after Season 7 premiered, History Channel officially cancelled the show. In trying to replace Rick Dale, the network had accidentally destroyed the very thing that made the series successful in the first place. But what happened to Rick and the rest of the crew after the cameras stopped rolling? After leaving television, Rick Dale chose a much quieter life. He and his wife Kelly started a custom embroidery and laser cutting business in Las Vegas called My Best Font Forward Creations. Rick also wrote a book about classic soda machines and occasionally shared small fabrication projects online. But he never returned to large-scale television restoration. His social media activity slowed down dramatically, and he appeared to prefer life away from spotlight. Kelly later became a licensed real estate agent, while still appearing at public events from time to time. Tyler Dale developed his own skills in woodworking, welding, and fabrication while building a quieter career outside reality television. Brett Lee Otterman arguably found the biggest success after the show ended by launching his own mobile blasting company, which reportedly grew into a thriving business. Ron Dale stepped away from public attention almost entirely, focusing on building custom bicycles. And Cowboy, one of the show's most recognizable personalities, disappeared from the spotlight altogether. But in the end, the downfall of American restoration came down to one simple truth. The show lost the authenticity that made people fall in love with it in the first place. Rick Dale wanted craftsmanship, honesty, and real restoration work. The network wanted bigger drama, faster pacing, and higher ratings. Those two visions eventually collided. And once that happened, the entire series fell apart. Ironically, the very thing television producers tried to replace was the one thing audiences actually cared about most: